you're about to see is Donna Catlin. And you see me every single week here, where I come on to tell you guys all about what is working across the UK for places, businesses, and place managers, shopping centres, that kind of thing, and look at both international brands, UK brands, and also small brands as well. But basically, it's all about helping you guys get even stronger at social and helping you guys connect on a more one-to-one basis with your potential customers. Let me just see, I've got a Q&A there. Oh, I don't know why, Alison. Thank you. Right, I need to get this sorted out. Thank you, lovely. So yeah, she's still saying that the chat is disabled. It's showing for me, so I'm not sure what's going on, but I will find out. I'll get our tech people on it and see if we can fix it. But look, thank you so much for coming. I'm going to keep this as much as I can to the sort of half hour, just over that as possible. But today, what I wanted to do, I know obviously we're all things Christmas at the moment and Black Friday, and next week I am going to do a little bit of a special on Black Friday and on the lead up to Christmas and how you can leverage it. However, it's not all about Christmas. So I wanted to look at how places and businesses can connect with each other and then use that to connect with your potential customers on social media. So today what we're going to do is cover how being creative through video can drive interest in your event. I've got loads of great case studies from bids especially, but basically place managers on how they are collaborating and working really well with businesses and how that's landing with potential customers as well. Walkthroughs and how it can be gold content and how to create a really good walkthrough, aka, you know, showing off a premises or showing off a place. Celebrating the wins and why that's really important, as well as business collaborations, and then throwbacks and how well they work for nostalgia, which drives engagement as well. This is Maybe Dashboard. I'm here every single week talking about this, but it is so good. I literally took a new business through this yesterday and was showing them how it all works, and they were so excited by it. So I still get excited by it. So as you can see here on your left, you have your best post every week, so you can hop on and see what's working for you across Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And then you can compare your post with absolutely anyone. And then obviously we've got loads of other great tech, from scheduling in your content to replying to comments to managing your ads and doing audience building as well to make your ads work better. But essentially, what we do is we help you guys connect on a deeper level with your customers by making sure that you guys are giving the right content, doing it in the right way on the right channels, making sure that you're maximizing the opportunity that social media has for you. And I'll talk a little bit later, but we've got loads of great training sessions, which you can see hopefully up here on the book training. Right, we're going to get stuck in. So I am going to get a tiny bit Christmassy, I guess. I feel like we're not ready to go fully into the swing of it yet, but we're, you know, for a lot of places and businesses, we are. So this is the bid that's based in Llanelli, which is in lovely Wales. And I used to go there quite a lot, actually, because I used to be part of a group that looked after shopping centres there. And the shopping centre there is lovely, by the way, if you ever want to go, and Llanelli is beautiful. So I'm going to show you guys the video and then I'm going to talk a little bit about it. So I kind of don't really want to spoil it, if I'm being really honest. But this goes back to what I was saying earlier about video being important and how getting innovative is a great way of doing it. Right, here we go.
What's wrong with you? You. No, you. Yes, me. I challenge you. Who are you? I accept. Weekend cases. Come on down to Llanelli Town Centre on Saturday, the 3rd of December at 12 p.m. for my new and improved non-Ranger Ranger Parade. What are you looking at?
Right, now I genuinely couldn't love this anymore if I tried. So what is amazing about this? So this is the bed or the place manager looking after the place. And what they're doing is they are inviting people to come down, and they're inviting people to take part in the parade. But the big difference is that there's not going to be any reindeers. So they used to previously historically have reindeers, and then on this one they've not got them for 100 different reasons essentially, but they have decided not to do that this year. But they don't want to disappoint people who might have been looking forward to seeing the reindeers, after it's a pretty tricky couple of years, let's face it. So this is like a big event for them. And so how do you have a parade without reindeers? So they've decided to call it the Llanelli non-reindeer reindeer parade, which, to be honest, I just absolutely love it, because it's exactly what it is. They're not dressing up as anything else. It is a reindeer parade without reindeers. So what would be, it's going to pique your interest. It's going to make you want to come along to, which I just absolutely love it. Now, B, the actual video itself is just funny, it's clever, it's clearly, like it could be like this. I don't even know who it is actually. Is it the shopping centre team? Who could it be? Obviously it's the real Grinch, obviously. But they've come up with a concept with the idea, that the Grinch has stolen Christmas, aka the Grinch has stolen the reindeers out of the parade, which I just absolutely loved. And it's that kind of battle, good versus evil, who's going to win. So kids would absolutely love this video. Grown-ups will like the video. People who recognize the people in the video, people who see the shopping center in the back of it will love it. There's so many great things about this video, and that is one of the things that I love it. And if you can see it, I'll just play it in the background so that you don't have to listen to it, but you can see it. You can see there that it's got the emblem there for the parade, and then you've got when it is as well, which again, hugely important things. So I don't have to go in and look at the information for it. But I think the great thing about it is that, it's clearly been professionally done, right? Which I think is brilliant. But that is, I assume, done on a relatively small budget, like beds. Oops. Oh, the Grinch got a bit excited there. Let me click out of it. There we go. Sorry, guys. So it's probably done on a budget. Most place managers aren't going to have a massive amount that they could spend on video content, just the same way as most independent businesses. If you're a small independent business, you're not going to have a load. But there's ways that you can take ideas from what this is and turn it into something for yourself. Have you got a Black Friday event coming up? Do you have a parade? Do you have, I don't know, a window dressing competition? Whatever it is that you've got coming up, there is no reason why you couldn't film something really cute, really funny, that actually sits well within, with your target demographic. It could be literally, you get a couple of the, if you're a nail bar, it could be a couple of the ladies all getting together and trying on outfits and deciding what their nails are going to be for Christmas and doing funny nails. It could be something to do with the Grinch. It might be Santa. It might be whatever it might be. You could have Santa doing a walkthrough if you're a shopping center. It could be Santa doing a walkthrough. It could be Santa. Everybody can go onto Amazon or any other shop and buy a Santa suit, and you could just have Santa from the back sitting there eating their meal at your restaurant. It doesn't matter what it is, but as a place manager, if you've not got an event on, what you could do is take inspiration from this, and it could be doing a little walkthrough of different businesses, having like an elf. It could be Elf on the Shelf and an elf sitting in different ones, and people have got to guess who it is. Effectively, what I'm saying is that coming up with creative ideas isn't difficult if you take this as an example. The actual video itself, whilst they've obviously had some support with it in terms of the editing, it didn't even need it. It didn't even need the little lightning bolts and stuff like that. As much as that was cool, they could have just done it with the Grinch trying to steal Christmas, and then the Grinch standing there talking about inviting people down. They could have easily done it just like that, and it would have had a decent impact. So you don't have to have a big budget to do something like this. What this is about is taking, if you think about it, what could have been a negative, not having reindeers at the reindeer parade, and turn it into something that's tongue-in-cheek fun and actually makes you want to go down and see what it's all about. What is a non-reindeer reindeer parade? And the fact that they've gone to all that effort with their plastic reindeer and making fun of themselves and having a bit of a laugh just makes you get into that festive spirit and want to go down and check it out. So I think it's phenomenal. And again, just making sure that you've got all the details in the post for what needs to happen. And And the extra thing I would have probably done is maybe even just tag in, like, where was it shot? Was it in the shopping centre? Who shot it? Again, it just gives you a bit of extra reach and engagement. But massive well done. As you can see, people have absolutely loved it. They've all gotten really into it, and people have tagged in all their friends. It says, 22 comments, 87 shares, and that's still building. So yeah, absolutely love it. Okay. Next then, so this is a completely different thing. This is Bedminster Bid. Okay, now this again is what I'm saying is it's about people being able to connect with businesses, which then connects the businesses to the place, which connects the customers to the business. So this is all about the more that we all engage as a team, if you like, places, businesses, and people, the more it will drive the economy, the more it will drive people keep your tills ringing, and the more that naturally it's going to drive footfall, particularly on this busy season. So let's have a wee look at what they have done. And as always, if you've got any questions on this, just pop it in. Oh, clearly the chat's not working, but you can pop it in the Q&A and I will get to it when I can. Right, so this is, I'm just going to stop there. So this is Bedminster Bid, and what this is they have done a little video, and it's saying coffee as you've never seen it before. It's officially the time of the year of coffee and catch-ups with old friends. So again, that's a kind of nod to that winter season, but without going fully into, the whole Christmas thing. And there's no better place to head than to @Zina's Bistro. So they've tagged in the business, where the double espresso machine is bringing the essence of Italian coffee to West Street. And then they're saying, have you ever seen the size of, basically they're talking about how delicious the food is. So I just want to show you the video and then we'll talk a little bit about it. Oh, delicious. Fab. Okay, so let's talk about this, right? So first of all, what's their reason for doing this? This is because they're a bed. They need to show all of the businesses in a place. They need to get customers going down there and buying that coffee, or going into that bakery, or go, whatever it is they need, that wherever it is they're featuring, that is literally their job. They want to get the tills ringing, get the place busy, get it buzzing on the lead up to Christmas and in the winter time in particular. They want to get people moving around after, what's been a really tricky kind of couple of years for small independent businesses. So they've clearly come up with the idea of really showcasing how amazing this place is, right? And you can see they've done it in various ways. They've done it like this by showing the people behind the business, which is brilliant. So, you recognize them. Again, you could elevate that by adding in, the name, for example. Then, so it's happy, friendly. Then you've got the people that are enjoying the delicious coffee, enjoying the cakes, the croissants, all that kind of thing. You've then got the walkthrough, as I've said there, so that, you can kind of see, the person with the camera. And again, you can shoot this on an iPhone, is walking in, so you can get really the feel for how delicious and beautiful it is. Look at these gorgeous cakes, croissants even. Look at the beautiful food. So, and I don't know whether you just noticed that little effect there, the little zoom out. You can do that honestly on Instagram. You just click on how you want things to fade in and fade out. So literally what this would have been is a series of lots of small individual little clips that have been clipped together in a reel, or that people use TikTok, whatever it is you want to use. But ultimately you just press it and and you can decide on how it zooms in, how it zooms out, how it flies in, so that again it just makes it look more professional and really cool. But ultimately that is me saying, I'm walking in and I get to see the place, get to see and feel what it's like. I get to see customers enjoying their delicious coffee or enjoying the food, which again is going to entice me much more likely from social media down to do that. Getting to see the range of the food showcases the business in all its glory. Getting to see the people behind the business. Again, people love buying from people. So getting to see a happy, friendly face makes me think, right, okay, that's the experience that I would get by coming, crossing the threshold. Then you can see the actual, like the people at their best, people at their, doing what they love, and showing it actually how it's all made and how amazing it looks. And then you also get to see the location a little bit as well. And yeah, it just shows the length and breadth of how it all works. And then you've got this, which is obviously them physically carrying it to the table, which again is a different view. So again, you get to see almost what, the barista or what the waiter would be experiencing, bringing it to you, and you get a really close-up view of the food. So for me, this is an absolutely phenomenal example of how you can connect a business and a place. So Bedminster Bid are supporting the place, supporting the business. And then as somebody who maybe lives in Bedminster, if I'm following, look at these, any of these hashtags like Bristol, Bedminster, Italian cuisine, that kind of thing. If I then see that coming up and it's endorsed by the local bid, I'm going to be much more likely to want to go down and want to have a taste. Also, I might never have seen it before, so you're going to get new eyes on there naturally, and by tagging them in, you're going to get new eyes on there if you're following the bid. Likewise, if at Zina's Bistro then reposted this, then you would then get more eyes on the bid as well, which again is just going to increase your reach, engagement, and it keeps the economy flowing, because that's what this is all about. Is about a place connecting a business with its people. Which just works really, really well. And look, you can see that people have responded, and look, Bristol Floating, that's a business. Their cannolis are the best. Moody Fancy, the best place in Bristol. It feels like home. Excellent pizza. And then people joking, saying, oh, you're famous. And then they're tagging people in, obviously, that are clearly in the video. So people have liked it. People have engaged with it, which is what you want from a video. It has shareability because it really shows everything off to its best. Any business can do this, any place can do this for any business. This doesn't even take budget. All it takes is a wee chunk of time and being a little bit creative. But if you did a little series of this for, look, I mean, they clearly do this a lot for all the different businesses that are in your place, it just shows them off, and it's so much better than just doing a static picture. You really get a feel for it, and you really want to go down. I mean, I don't know anybody else, but I really want to try some of their food after watching that. So for me, it is making sure that if you're a place, making sure that you are supporting the businesses in your place by doing these little things, showing us the people behind the business, showing us the food, show all the different aspects of it, and as best you can. It is about using the tools that Instagram has available, and Facebook and TikTok and any of the other channels. They all have really good tools. It's about using good hashtags, which means that, they're relevant. So, the Italian one's relevant, the Bedminster one, the Bristol one, they're all relevant to the place. So again, it's driving more local people down, and it's getting new eyes on a business that might not have had the eyes on it. So honestly, it's just such a good way of, again, people, business, place. Okay. One of the things that I wanted to show you guys was basically how I get all of this information, and there would be absolutely no reason that you can't get this kind of information as well if you create a group, for example. So I basically go into the Maybe platform, and I've created, say, a group. So I've created a group for bids, but you might create a group for, I don't know, butchers, cafes. It might be local businesses that you work with in the area. It might be that you create a group for your suppliers, I was chatting to, who was I chatting to yesterday? A salon, and she was saying, that she's got, I don't know, GHD and all the different brands and things like that. She created a little group on there. What happens is you can do the engage button, and you can get all their content just streaming. So you can you can share it, you can support them, and they'll naturally support you back. But also I get this stuff. So if I've created a load of bids, then I get all the bids here, and then it shows me everything from following to what engagement they get, to the posts per day, to the engagements per post, to the engagements per day. I can even see their best post, which funnily enough is how I get this great content. And then I can even view their calendar. So I can see what their previous week's calendar has been, aka what they've posted, where they've posted it and how they've posted it. So again, there's no reason that you can do this as well. If you need any help with that, you know, this little blue button here, click on it, we'll give you a hand with it. And again, place managers should then have access to you know, all of the businesses that are in their place. If they sponsor them, they should have access. So, you know, if I was, I don't know, Belfast bid here, I'd be able to go in and, you know, all the members of my bid, all the businesses that pay into it, pay their levies, and we'd be able to, I'd be able to go in and engage with them and see all their stats. Now we're going to go to St Albans. So this is a little bit different. So this is Shop St Albans. And this for me is something that I probably bang on about way too much, but I don't think we do enough of it because we're very typically British and we've got that whole stiff upper lip thing sometimes, and we get embarrassed about celebrating our wins. We don't really like talking about the fact that we're really great at something, and we should. Especially if you run a business or you represent businesses as part of a place or a shopping centre, whatever it might be, you have to shout about the wins where people don't shout about the wins. So this is Shop St Albans, and as you can see, what they've done here, so congratulations Raindrops, so that's this business here, Raindrops on Roses in St Albans, because it's their 10th birthday, so this is like their 10th anniversary of being open. And then you've got here, Teddy the owner is receiving birthday visitors, so I'm assuming this is her. And then you've got then the two, and then the other two here are Charlie from Action Against Cancer, and then you've got the Mayor Councillor Jeff Harrison from St Albans and City District Council. And they're saying pop in and say hi, all profits from the shop go to charity. So there's so many amazing things about this post that I love. Now, Shop St Albans is clearly, again, doing something really, really similar to Bedminster. They are trying to support their individual businesses. They're trying to drive people down. Now, what's great about this is they've chosen to do a hook. They've chosen to do it around a theme, and the theme is their 10th birthday. And they've really celebrated it by showing the Big 10 in the background. They've shown, you know, the little glass of champers that she's got, plus everybody looks really happy. And I think, you know, they've shown that people have gotten really behind it by having the representative from the Action Against Cancer come down, because as you can see, all profits from the shop go to charity, so you 100% need to have someone from that charity there and representing. And then having the mayor come down, I guess, you know, that's part of the, you know, the mayor's job obviously, but you know, again, it gives it gravitas and it makes it feel like a much more kind of, you know, like it's a real event. It's, you know, a reason to be celebrated, a reason to be proud. And I think having her name in there as well, you know, receiving birthday visitors, again, it feels like it's almost her birthday. You know, this is her baby, this is her business. And, you know, if any of you guys run a business, it is like your baby. It's an extension of you. You know, you're very close to it. So being able to celebrate 10 years and being able to navigate through pandemics and economic crisis and things like that, and, you know, still be able to make money for charity, that is incredible. So I wanted to point out, I guess, you know, the theme behind it and how any business could do this, whether it's a birthday, an anniversary, it might be, I don't know, like, you know, someone's worked there for 10 years or whatever. Celebrate it because people love it. People want to know. And I think what I really like about it is that, you know, they've been personal and they've put everybody in this. But I think from that end, I would have tagged in Charlie, I would have tagged in Action Against Cancer. So just missing it, like tiny little tricks just missing. So make sure if you're going to put in a charity, or you're going to put in even like the, you know, the local councillor, if he's got an Instagram, I would add him in. If St Albans District Council, I'm assuming they've got an Instagram, tag them in as well. Tag them all in, and they're much more likely to then reshare it on your behalf as well. If you tag in the business owner, again, obviously she's going to, you know, and even like Raindrops on Roses, assuming that has an Instagram account. If it doesn't, then obviously you can't tag it in. But if they do, then tag it in. Make sure, you know, that everybody is being tagged, everyone's being mentioned, so that they're much more likely to then reshare it on your behalf. You know, and that then gets you, so Shop St Albans is going to get more eyes on them and vice versa. So that was one of the things that I wanted to mention. I also think that this is an opportunity to tell a story. So if, you know, you're 10 years, you know, your business is 10 years old, and as I just said, you've navigated a pandemic, and you've navigated you know, all these different things, you know, the current climate as well, especially being, you know, all the proceeds from the shops going to charity, then if I was them, I would use that as a real experience. You know, it would be a video of the owner, and it would be her talking about her experience of, you know, the last 10 years. You know, where did she start the business? Was it in the same premises, or has it grown? Has she got different stock now? Has it always been for the same charities? Has, you know, what she learned as a business owner, because that can help other businesses. How does she work closely with the charity? You know, what does she do from a marketing perspective? I mean, quite literally anything. But these are all things that, again, really connect the human behind the business to your customer, which is, you know, the people that are watching on Instagram, but also to other businesses as well, because let's face it, other businesses are going to support this, as you can see. And there you go, there's the owner. She said, you know, thank you so much. So those are just some extra little tidbits. You know, if you are going to celebrate, also tell us the story. I want to know more about her. I want to know more about what she's done, why she's done it, how she's navigated the last few years. Did she have to do anything differently? I don't know, during, you know, lockdowns, and you know, how did she do that, so that I as a business owner can learn from it. But then also from a customer perspective, it will make me respect her more. It'll make me want to go down there and meet her. It'll make me feel like I know her, and that's what social media is so good at. So yeah, just a couple of little extra bits for you there. Okay, now we're in Kingston. So here we are. We are, you know, traveling all over now, all over the UK, which is one of the wonderful things about the Maybe platform. We can go anywhere. Right, so Kingston, this is really celebrating place more than anything else, okay? And it tends to be, now I'm from a shopping centre background, my whole little world before this was shopping centres, and actually how I got to know the Maybe platform was because I used to use it for shopping centres because it made my life easier. So in Kingston, UK, they again have to celebrate place, they have to attract people down to the place, and they have to drive people to the businesses within the place. And the best way of doing that is to celebrate the businesses, to talk about them, and to show what's going on there. Now here it is the Bentall Centre, and that's the main kind of, I guess, the shopping centre there, and it's happy 30th birthday. So again, similar to what we've just seen, but different. So they kind of go on about how throughout the years, you know, it's exceptional retail service, often in the town centre. Many people, you know, that again, it's kind of evoking that nostalgia, would have shopped, dined and enjoyed many moments there. To celebrate, swipe for a throwback to what the centre used to look like years ago, and drop a comment if you're old enough to remember this. And then they've said, make sure that you follow them, as they will be sharing 30 incredible stories from fellow Kingstonians about who've lived there and worked in Kingston over the last 30 years. And then they've credited the Bentall Centre. Right. So many great things that anybody can take from this. It's unbelievable. Now, as I say, in Kingston, UK, celebrating the place and celebrating the shopping centre that has, again, you know, been a heart of the place for 30 years. So it's somewhere that everybody would know. They've used their images, which means that they're not had to go and search for it. If I had lived there, I would 100% be going, oh my God, you know, like, remember how different that used to be. Look, how, you know, like, I mean, I think we all remember shopping centres and what they used to look like. And again, how different it is now and how much more modern, but it would give you that kind of nostalgia. And it could literally be, you know, I don't know, that you used to ride up and down the escalators as a kid with your mum, I don't know, giving you into trouble for trying to run up them. It might be that you remember the big old Christmas tree. It might be that you used to put coins in the fountains. Whatever it is, it, for anyone in that area, it will evoke some kind of emotional reaction. And I always say to people, when it comes to social media in particular, hit them in the funnies or hit them in the feels, which is quite literally make them laugh, make them chuckle, make them want to share it because they think, oh, that's hilarious, that's, you know, something that my friend would absolutely love, or that's so my friend, that's so my husband, whatever. Or hit them in the feels, hit them in the emotions, which is nostalgia. It might be sadness, it might be anger, it might be excitement, whatever it is, you know. So those are the two areas that I always say that every good social media post should have if you really want to drive home a connection. And that's exactly what they've done. So they've kind of, and they've also celebrated it as well by saying, you know, how exceptional it is. But I think, you know, asking people to drop a comment below if you're old enough to remember it. Now, they're not saying I'm going to give you, I don't know, a gift card for the shopping centre, which they could have done, to be fair, a gift card for the shopping centre or for some of the retailers in it by doing this. They're just saying, can you just comment? People have, you know, someone saying I was 15 when it opened, I've still not found another centre like it. I'm sure I'm old enough. She was there for the opening. I'm older than the shopping centre. I remember it well. We were there for the opening. And you see, it's a mix of businesses, you know, Kim's Fitness, mix of businesses, mix of people, local bloggers. I remember the fountain, exactly what I was saying. Darling Magazine UK, wow, that's worth celebrating. Refugee Action Kingston, so there's local charities. So people have really gotten behind it and people have commented on it. People will have then gone, and if they hadn't already followed the Bento Centre because they've asked them to, they've made sure that they have, and then they've told them the reason why. So clearly they're celebrating it as well by interviewing local people to talk about the place. So again, any business or any place manager can do this. If you've got old photos or old videos or anything like that, people love it. Show them, show this, and make them go, oh my God, remember that green colour? Or I think all shopping centres had that kind of vibe, didn't they? A Christmas tree, they could be even controversial. I used to work at Lakeside Shopping Centre in Essex, and I remember when the Christmas tree was changed, and a lot of people had a lot to say about that, a huge amount. So you know, it could evoke lots of different comments on it. It could be about the fountains. You know, I again worked with a shopping centre, and people used to talk about how that's where they would go and meet people when they went on dates. It was like, you know, the date spot. You know, I met my husband there 25 years ago, and we still go there, you know, every 5 years for an anniversary, whatever it might be. There'll be loads of different stories that, again, if I was the place, I can take those stories and use them, you know, like to, you know, like we asked you guys this, here's one of our favorite stories. What do you think? And then if I'm the shopping centre, I can take the content from that as well, and I can use it. So, you know, it's twofold. What it is really, it's people celebrating the place that they love and celebrating the shopping centre that's at the heart of that place where they've got so many amazing memories. So if you've got, it could be a nightclub, it could be a restaurant that's been there for 30 years, it might be a park, somewhere that I guess, you know, it might be a memorial, it doesn't matter, but, you know, somewhere that I guess people talk about a lot, that is, you know, the go-to place, that is, you know, that hub in the middle of the town or the city. Even if it's not yours, celebrate it, talk about it. If it's got an anniversary or anything coming up, or there's anything new happening, make sure you're talking about it, because honestly, I mean, that is the most simple post, and it's got so much more engagement than a lot of their other ones. And if I was them, I'd be making sure I go in and I reply back to them saying, you know, a happy birthday. I'd be like, thanks very much, Refugee Action. Well, look great. I'd be going back in there and go, thanks very much. Again, not just as in Kingston, I'd be going in there as the Bento Centre. And remember, on Maybe, you can track mentions as well. So you can track if someone's mentioned you in any way, shape or form, like, you know, if people were mentioning you in here, you could go in and you could reply back to the comments, so you don't have to go into your individual accounts, etc. So, you know, we make it super easy for you guys to do this. It's just about actually doing it. So, you know, I hope that that's been helpful, because it's just a great way of connecting place, businesses and people. And naturally, it's going to drive a little bit more footfall down anyway, because people are going to go, oh, I've not been there for ages, I'll need to go down. And on that, so have you ever looked at the Maybe recommended tab? Because this was something I was thinking about earlier on. So when you go on to your dashboard, there's a little recommended section. And what this is a bunch of hashtags that are recommended by us for you based on your sector, based on like the kind of activity going on, or based on ones that maybe think would be right for you. It might be because of that sector, whatever it might be, or it might be because they're hugely popular national hashtags. A lot of them we add in for free, and we just add them in. So we let you basically here, we would let you just click on that little button, and then you can add them and you can monitor them across all the channels. Other ones you need to include in as part of your package. But essentially, it means that, you know, if you've got hashtags that are important to you, it might be hashtag Bristol, hashtag Liverpool one, or whatever it might be. It means that you can go in there and you can engage within that hashtag. So any of the businesses, any of the people that are posting using that hashtag, you can then follow it and you can engage with it. So I just wanted to remind you guys that we do that. Again, click on the little blue button if you're not sure, you know, how many competitors you need to look at or how to add people to a group. Like, this is what we do every day. So, you know, there's always lots of people like me in the background, people a lot stronger than me actually in terms of the platform, people who built the platform, who are going to be able to help you with it. But essentially you can compare and improve. So you can compare to one competitor forever. So you add yourself in here on the left, and then on the right you can add in whoever. Maybe Lola's Cupcakes, it might be the bakery around the corner, might be the shopping centre around the corner, but whoever it is, the idea is it's about a direct competitor so you can learn from them, or someone that you can get some inspiration from. And remember, there's loads of other options here, as you can see. So if you've got any questions, just click on the little blue button. Right, key takeaways. So why not collaborate with your place? So if you've got a local bed, got local council, got local place manager, go and speak to them and say, you know, like, what are you guys doing for us for up on the lead up to Christmas? Use some of these, send them this webinar, show them some of the ideas. If you are the place, then it's about taking some of this as inspiration and going, okay, what can I do? What can we do to really, you know, truly connect people on businesses on the high street with the people who need them? So it could be a couple of businesses that are taking part in the festive season, or you could be more Grinch. Could you not do something, whether it is a local event or whether it is you do a little video and poke a bit of fun at each other, or it might be, you know, a Grinch going from business to business, being a bit naughty. It might be an elf on a shelf, whatever it might be. All it takes is somebody to walk around with a phone and do it, and just tag in the businesses. Do walkthrough videos showing off the businesses at their best. So make sure that you, a bit like thinking about the Bedminster one, you know, they just did lots of little videos and then just tag them all together. It's not a difficult thing to do, but it looks really slick and it looks really good, and it would make me want to go there. So again, make sure you're doing walkthroughs. Celebrate the wins. People love celebrating anniversaries and birthdays. Just make sure that you're tagging. Make sure that I know that it's Terry. Make sure that I know it's the local charity and the local council, so that then they can go in and do it easily for you as well. Because if you don't tag them, they might not know. And then finally, it goes back to that, what I said earlier on, hit them in the funnies or hit them in the feels. If I'm going to laugh at something, I'm going to want to share it. If I'm going to share it, then you're going to get more eyes on it. If I have nostalgia and if I think, oh, wow, I used to love that place, or, oh, I remember that place well, I really miss it, that again is going to make me want to share it and tag the person, and whether it's my mum or, you know, my brother, whoever it might be, and it's going to create conversation. So nostalgia, throwback always wins.